All right, this chapter is a Nourished tip, and we're going to focus on hydration. So, did you know that our body is made up about 55 to 60% of water? That equates to about 10 to 13 gallons of water for an average adult. That is unfathomable to me. Like, water is involved in every process of our body. It helps to cushion our joints and bones. It helps to regulate our body temperature. It helps to support supple skin. It helps to remove toxin and waste from our body. It allows our digestive system to be operating optimally. It does so much for our body, but we don't give it enough credit. So, we're going to hone in on the number one question I get all the time. How much water should you actually be intaking? Well, I promise you, this is the only part in the program where we're going to do math. And it's not that much math, I promise you. But we're going to do a minimum daily water consumption calculation. So it's simply your daily water consumption that you should have at least per day in ounces, and that equates to your body weight in pounds divided by 2. So for example, if you weighed 150 pounds, then you need at least 75 ounces of water per day. Now, if you drink diuretics like caffeinated teas, coffees, alcoholic beverages, fruit juices, things of that nature, then go ahead and add 1.5 times more. So that is about 12 to 16 ounces of water. So if you're going out on Taco Tuesday and getting a margarita, or you have a coffee every single morning, that's kind of like your non-negotiable, just go ahead and add 12 to 16 ounces of water on top. Now, this will fluctuate depending on your activity levels, like what you're doing. If it's the summertime, for example, if you're outside more and you're sweating more, you're working out, things of that nature, just make sure that you're at least having this calculation as your minimum amount per day. Now, I will say it is the hardest thing for me to hit my water target because it's just something I don't really do. I don't really like the taste of water, and so I like to find fun and creative ways so that I make sure I hit my marker every single day, but not feel like I have to. Like, I don't want to view water in an antagonistic way. I want to see that it's actually good for me and my body actually benefits from it. So I hope these nourishing tips will help you in the same vein. The first is infused waters. I started out with this because I love mixing and matching fruits with herbs. So lime, for example, I love doing this with fresh mint. With basil, I love to add that with strawberries. So you can kind of get creative with that and see what works for you. The next is purchasing a cute water bottle. Now, I do not have a cute water bottle. I'm actually the opposite. I need something that was loud and proud, which is all these stickers, so I could see where it was visually. And it's also loud, so it would be banging and clanging. But I knew it was always on me. So it was a complete marker for me to go ahead and get a swig and so forth, because visually it was not pretty. But yeah, there's so many cute water bottles out there. So definitely go ahead and do that if that's something that visually, that's something that you need. The next is a water tracker. Speaking of bottles, I had a client that had a water bottle that the bottom part was like a disco. It lit up every 30 to an hour, depending on how, like, if she didn't drink water within 30 minutes, it would go off. Now that was awesome because she needed that visual, and it's pretty enticing, right? So my visual is the stickers, hers was the light strobe. It also was a great accountability tool. So it was Bluetooth to her phone, and she could actually have competitions with her friends and family on how much water they're intaking. So there are things out there, you just have to go and look for them. The next is fruit. We talked about infused waters, but fruit has so much hydration. There's so much water content in fruit, especially like watermelon, cantaloupe, things of that nature. And seasonally, make sure that you're in season so that you're getting the optimal amount of hydration in your fruits. We did hone in on blood sugar in our foundation, so just make sure you're being mindful of how much fruit you're intaking. The last is electrolytes. This really helps with the quality of the water versus quantity. So we talked about how the minerals are their spark plugs. So there are different ways to incorporate electrolytes. You've got Noon tablets, Element tablets. You got as simple as going into your pantry. You might, for the most part, you would have like pink Himalayan sea salt. I like to put just a little bit, like a little dash into my water, and that just helps for mineral absorption. Same thing with trace minerals. So I use trace minerals. This has the four main micro minerals. It's got magnesium, chloride, sodium, potassium. I like to put a few dashes in my water, and that helps with the quality of water. So even if I'm getting close or below my minimum amount, I know that I've got mineral absorption by what I'm putting in my water. Okay, now I talked a lot about products. So if you do want to look at the cute, flashy water bottles and things like that, I don't like to be materialistic, but honestly, if this is something that is hard for you to drink water, go ahead and splurge and get a cute water bottle or some electrolytes and things of that nature. If you need to have any of that, at the end of this, we're going to have a chapter assignment, and that's where you'll have a shop page where you can shop for cute things that will help you to stay hydrated.